too funny, man. Too funny how it's humans, right? So it's like I'm over the beach. I haven't been on the beach or in the water in 2 decades, maybe. Probably more than that. I was still small enough to jump into Burger King where the balls are at Burger King and swim around in the playpen. I was still small enough to do that and not worry about germs and who other kids was in here, not all that grown folks stuff. I was still doing that. So yeah, I was
Well, I
literally
feel the same way about the beach. I'm not a huge fan of the beach because I don't like the sand. I like to go to it because I like to feel the salt water breeze or what have you. But to actually be on the sand and playing in the water, no, that's not me.
Well, that's fair too. That is fair. But no, we take advantage. So everyone, our we're on the Gulf of Mexico. Literally, it's not man-made. It's the Gulf of Mexico. I guess if you want to call God a man, right? Whatever. How you want to do that? Man-made. If you said the world did it or something. Anyway, and we don't even drive down that road. We would never go down. The seawall is what it's called because there's traffic up there. Like we go out our way to avoid nature's beauty because we grew up with it. There's a lesson in there somewhere.
You don't know what you got till. Well, you don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
Wow. Okay, that second would hurt. Say it again, Phil.
It's their lyrics from a song. You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
That hurt. That hurt. Yeah, that hurt. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, daily meeting. You got to come into our great shit that did hurt. A little fun conversation there. Tonight will be a special night. I'm sorry. That's Johnny Gill. Don't worry about it. It's on my mind. Sometimes my 90s R&B just pop out my head randomly. I do apologize for that. Okay. Let's see. Tonight, Serena Brown Travis will be on the Humor Consultant Show. I'm going to call it that from now on. Right? The Humor Consultant Show Monday. How to have fun, having fun and getting paid to speak. And it's going to be there. So we're going to have 75, 80 something people in attendance. That's the goal. So I want India. Satish, I'm going to challenge you. I want India to show up more than America shows up. You show them that one person's influence can change the world. Grace, I know you're driving, Reggie. Unmute your mic real quick, though, so I can challenge you. Grace hates being challenged, y'all. She doesn't like it whatsoever.
Sir.
She hates it. There she is. Grace, and I'm going to challenge you to beat Satish, because he shouldn't be beating you. Now.
Okay.
I know you're going to let that happen. Look at that silence was her cussing. That was her cussing me in her head, y'all. That was her silence right there. That was her cuss. Grace will... If I say, Grace, don't you let Satish beat you eating that bowl of cereal. Grace will then go into her competitive drive and hurry up and eat her bowl of cereal. She just doesn't like being challenged because she has that fear of, you're not going to make me look stupid. So she's going to do that. And I played that to my advantage as much as possible, Mayuri. I really do. I know your people, know what drives them. Deanna sent me a private message. So it's not private no more because I'm about to read out loud. So it kind of defeats the purpose of being private. Steve gets it. What if we actually shifted it to that and have the subtitle be having fun? That sounds good to me. You got to ask Phil. Doesn't bother me.
Right.
She's talking about the Humor Consultant Show. She liked that title. She liked that title.
And then the subtitle could be assisting in the enjoyment of everything.
Hey, I do like the assistant enjoyment of everything, but I'm going to tell you why I like it, because I'm a quantum physics nerd, and the theory of everything That's one of those master things that we're trying to figure out. Like, what would be the, there's not a theory that gets everything in one. And so that's just my nerd coming out. That's why I like the enjoyment of everything. Because it seems like that quantum physics do. But yeah, you can change it. That doesn't bother me whatsoever. Doesn't bother me any. Yes, ma'am. Who? Oh, I think that's Susan. Go ahead.
Yes, for those on the call that don't know, if you look at our logo, Humor Consultants, and then underneath is assisting in the enjoyment of everything. And then Phil will say he thinks everything's a very good niche. If you're going to pick a niche, pick everything. So, you know, it kind of goes, it's contrarian, kind of goes against picking your niche, but there is a message in that. So assisting everything is one of our, like humor your 7 cents. It's one of our little catch things that we use to get attention.
That makes good sense. She gets it. She gets it. So maybe I'll send you the graphic out here in a little bit, and it probably will say the Human Consulting Show. So be able to send those two to me and line up the title and the subtitle. Hold on. No corona. I had to cough, but it was no corona cough. It was just I swallowed wrong and my chest got on fire. That's all. No corona. No corona. Now they got to say that these days, law. You can't just run around coughing, and because people look at you crazy now. You know, wait a minute now. Okay, you got to say no corona right after it.
Good thing you're not riding on the train because people die. You sneeze. That's terrible. Now you can't have seasonal allergies in New York on the train anymore. I think you got.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Well, it was just like, on the news this morning in not Starbucks, but some
the Sahara
shop, in a bagel shop. A lady was in there. Everyone, you have to wear a mask, and she didn't have a mask on and ordering a bagel. And so a customer was over telling a employee, I thought everyone had to wear a mask here. Well, the lady overheard her saying that and came running up to her and coughed in her face on purpose.
Ah, so disrespectful. That's disrespectful without a plague. What?
So they're saying it can't be a lawsuit, but you know.
I bet if it keep happening, that'll change. I bet you.
The lady have the mask works in the healthcare field, so the other lady's going to do something about that. But that's the craziness out there.
Other people's children, go figure.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that the problem with the world? Other people's children. See, the problem is y'all ain't me. That's what's wrong with the world, right? No. But boy, don't we think like that. God, aren't you glad you made me? Because I don't act like them. Yeah. I remember my prayers used to come out like that. That's for sure. All right. The Human Consulting Show tonight. Let's have a good crowd there, Grace, Satish, and everyone. Everyone else who's not competitive like Satish and not competitive like Grace, invite one person. Is that fair? Invite one person. Invite one person. And actually,
Antonio,
invite two.
Yeah,
one's going to fall off. Yes, sir.
Invite three to get one.
Exactly. So go invite 3 people. He's right. Go invite 3 people. And then that one will show up. And then do what Grace does. Invite them early. And then 10 minutes before, invite them again. And then 2 minutes before, remind them you invited them twice. Yes. Do that. Do that. It's also post the information of blank to that group. Oh, no. Yeah. Since she's on the picture, we're so posting it. That this is completely strategic. You can believe that. I'm definitely doing that. You can believe that. Good stuff. My theme for this week is making everything easy. You know, the easy button. Okay, everything easy. Well, if you're in America, there's a commercial easy button. I want to make everything easy. I want to go to all the weird places that we don't go and all the practical places we do go to and make them easy. That's my theme for this. How much easier can I make your life, our customers' lives, our students' lives, whatever that may be, how much easier? So I want to pick some random things. The one thing I want to do, let's start with the humor consultants. And let's do two things. Deanna, you have my permission to make sure that this week their landing page is done. Okay? Done, done, done. It is done behind the scenes, but I am missing. What I need you to do is I need you to do some graphics. I did not like the ones I did. I think I got fatigue. You're just doing something for so long and you get fatigue, and the, I don't want to say your standard drops. Just you can tell there's fatigue there. Yeah, there's just fatigue. There's just fatigue there for sure. There's fatigue. So I want you, and besides, you do graphics equally as good as me. I want you to put up some graphics. And I think that's going to make it pizzazz and pop, because now it'll have two different. You're going to do graphics I wouldn't have done. Make it pop, and let's make the page, pretty popular, not in the sense of the word population, but pop, and then I'm just making up euler. I want it to pop with good graphics. I want it to be visually stunning. Okay?
Gotcha. Yes,
visually stunning. I want it to be visually stunning.
Like Susan.
Get some good, like Susan. There you go. Like Susan. So that would make their life easier there. Now, let's talk about the Monday night call tonight. What's the easiest way that we can assist them in bringing 75 people to the call? We discovered, or we uncovered, invite 3 people, everyone, because one will show up. So invite 3 people. And from that 3 people, Satish and Grace, y'all compete with one another and knock it out. Deanna, how can the back office assist those who are assisting us?
Make sure that they have what they need regarding like graphics, verbiage, link, whatever you guys need, let us know so I can get it sent out to you so you can do that.
Well, then that means people like Grace are going to want a post that they can just copy and paste, right? You know what I'm saying? So they can put it, so they don't have to think. Even Laura's like, yes, if you can do that, I would share it immediately. That would be so great. So I want 2 versions of this post. I want one post that can go on social media that got the full invite. Then I want a text message version. And I want it to be tweetable, which means I'm looking for, well, it used to be 140 characters, now it's 280. I want you to figure out how to get that second message to 200 characters. Actually, let's do 140 characters. That's what I want. 2 messages, one for Facebook and one to send to phones. 140 characters, and that will include the link, which means the phone number option won't be available, so you just got to push the link there. Why did we do that? We're making it easier. Why? Because someone's going to invite on the Facebook page, and someone's literally going to text Melissa and say, Melissa, you really need to hear about the Humor Consultant Show. Got me? All right. And as usual, to make it easier for them as well, all that content can go directly to their podcast, all that stuff. Yes, the link, please, so I can send out early afternoon. There you go. So Monica just said that. So that makes it easy. Can y'all see the theme? I'm in this mindset all week, Oli. All week, I'm in the mindset of let's make things easier. Let's make things easy. And I'm not talking about, here's the funny thing about making things easier. It makes it uneasy for me. In order to make something easier, someone has to become uncomfortable. Okay. So So some of y'all got that. In order for me to make sure that these things happen adequately, then I have to say, Deanna, do this. And Satish, do this. And now they're uncomfortable because I decided to make people comfortable. No, we're not talking about, uncomfortable in a tense way. It's just in order to create things that are easy, energy has to be spent. So if I'm telling Shaker, I want to do this so you don't have to spend energy. The energy, the universe requires the energy from somewhere. And the universe is not going to say, oh, well, you can just give us a little energy. It's cool. You're trying to be nice. Nope. The full price for that energy must be paid. Which means if I want to make it easy for you, then I must bear the weight of the rest of the energy. Is that fair? Well, yeah, it is. It is fair. It is fair. Is it unfair? Most certainly. It's both. It's both. It's both. Let's push that further. So if you want equality in the world, guess what? You have to create equality. So if I want to make it easier for a people group, it means another people group have to go get uncomfortable. Because the universe requires that energy regardless. Now, take it out the world because I don't want to emotionally charge you to what's going on. But at least we now have a supporting foundation so I can finish the rest of my meeting, because everything is about that all week. All week, I need those of you in power to literally say, I'm going to make myself uncomfortable for those of us that we serve. Go ahead, Phil.
Antonio, yeah, well, it's the uncomfortableness that makes you move. Think about it. We're all sitting in chairs right now. Well, until we're uncomfortable, we're going to stay where we are. So it's the uncomfortable that makes us shift our weight, move around, twist a little bit. So the uncomfortable is the thing that spurs the action. It's the grain of sand in the oyster that makes the pearl. It's the irritant that manifests the jewel. So that's part of the creative process.
That's right. That's couldn't have said that any better. And love is the irritant that creates the jewel. Shaker said, beautiful, Phil. He's right. He's right. He's absolutely correct. Like, just you can't add to something that's unaddable. That is absolutely correct. So we must be uncomfortable. That being said, I've got some changes to make. This week is all about us making it easier everywhere. So here's how you make changes, my Erin. When you make changes, you don't say, well, you know what, Monica, you got to change. You suck. You can't do that, because then you're going to invalidate Monica. And all the leader has is influence. The leader doesn't have anything else. The number one requirement for being a leader is to have followers. I didn't make it up. I'm pretty sure. I forget which president. I think it was FDR. I think he said it first. In order to have leaders, you have to, in order to be a leader, you got to have followers. So how do you get followers? You got to have influence. And the moment you lose influence, you don't have followers anymore. If you're trying to figure out why you got friction in some relationship of your life, it's because you've lost influence with that person. That's just it. And you need to go have the uncomfortable conversation to make it easier for them. And you need to go buy back your influence by them cussing you out because you deserve it, or you apologizing because they deserve it, whatever that may be. We only lose followers because we lost influence with that person. And there's an infinite ways to do this. You didn't deliver, you didn't stay faithful, you weren't trustworthy, or like me, Satish, and Deanna were having a conversation this morning, just training one another, or you just invalidated me. Oli said something to you. You went, oh, no, we got that. I got it. Okay, so you're just not going to listen to everything I say. Got it. I understand. Now, so you say, well, Antonio, I still show up to work. Yeah, I still show up to work. That's called positional leadership. that doesn't mean you're following that leader. You're following that leader's position. And they're not getting everything out of you. They're getting just enough out of you so that they don't get in trouble. There's a great philosopher, football player, NFL, American football, named Marshawn Lynch. He's not a philosopher. He sure did give a great philosophy. He went to an interview because the NFL, National Football League, American football, makes you do interviews, media time. And he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to give all the information. The media kept trying to trap him, and he was trying to stay focused. So he just kept saying, I'm just here so I don't get fired. I said, well, Marshawn Lynch, what about this? Oh, I'm just here so I don't get fired. So why do you keep saying I'm just here so I don't get fired? I'm just here so I don't get fired. But can you tell us about world peace? I'm just here so I don't get fired. Because he had to talk. They fined him because he wasn't talking, so he just kept saying the same thing over and over. The media had lost influence with him. He had to show up so he wouldn't get fined. That's what he said. That's so I won't get fired. Well, I won't get fired. I'm just here so I won't get fined. That's what he said. He had to show up so he wouldn't get fined, but the media had lost his influence. So how do we make sure we maintain our influence and increase that influence? Well, we got to know the vision. So let me start by, after I get Phil, let me start by giving you the vision of what we're trying to do. Go ahead, Phil.
Antonio, the opportunity that we have in front of us is exponential. It's breaking down the barriers that you just described. You know, most people, they work hard enough so they don't get fired, and the company pays them just enough so they won't quit. I mean, that's kind of what corporate America has done to the middle class forever. And now we've got an opportunity where that middle class now can consciously choose to make a decision on whether they want to improve their lives and improve their position. And we can give them the vehicle through Ricasa to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to doing that because, Phil, you bring up a good point that I wouldn't have brought up in this meeting. Everybody is tired of what's happening in some way. Doesn't matter. They're tired of that thing. And this is a great opportunity. Like, we're really alive at the greatest time to be alive. And that says a lot, but it really is true. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, and I was on a conference call with Pat Lencioni, who wrote these books that I've talked about, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, The Advantage, Death by Meetings. And he believes in the same philosophy that we believe in, is you give free and complimentary consulting services to prove that you have value, to prove that you can be valued to the organizations, and then you go to the next step. You don't pitch and then go to the next step. You give value first, and if it's validated, it's good. So he says, what value can we give to corporations that quick and fast and make them go, wow, that does make sense? And he says, in every organization, there's 3 kinds of people. You know, there's the people that are engaged. There's the people that are still trying to make up their mind, and there are the people that they're just troublemakers. They haven't made up their mind yet. They're disengaged. And what happens is leadership, especially during these times, focus on the people that are disengaged. And so the people that are questioning, the people that are engaged are going, well, gee, they're getting all the attention. Maybe I should be disengaged and maybe I'll get some attention. And that's what happens. He says, what you really need to do during these times is focus on the people that are with you. And then the people that are questionable will say, well, I better get with these people if I'm going to get any attention. And even the people that are disengaged say, you know, this being disengaged isn't doing me any good. I better get on board quick or leave. And if they're disengaged, you want them to leave anyway. So it's flipping the way people approach their organizations. And it's a quick little example that you can use that provides value to say, this guy's slick. He's bringing me some good stuff. I'm going to have to keep him around.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So let me give y'all the vision, because I have to correct all of us. Not that we're doing anything wrong. We're not doing anything wrong. But we're doing everything right. But now we got to make it easier, which means that we got to be more uncomfortable. Okay? So I'm going to give you the vision. It's in 4 parts. Y'all wake up and stuff. Vision, 4 parts. Here we go. Number 1, no one suffers alone. Just absolutely write that down. Number 2, stay in the plane. If you've been onboarded, you would have heard this, but we'll keep going. Number 3, create 100,000 millionaires. And lastly, number 4, the worst salesperson. Or let me make that so you can remember it. Make the worst salesperson a top income earner. That's the vision. Make the worst salesperson a top income earner. All 4 of these together form our one vision. The mission statement is to make profitable clients more profitable. The vision is these 4 things. There is more. You will hear me say more. However, you just need to catch this. And everything we're doing is through the lens of that. If you're looking for a teaching lesson, can you tell me all about your company in 4 sentences or less? Because I can about this one. No one suffers alone. Stay in the plane. Create 100,000 millionaires. Make the worst salesperson a top income earner. Please know that the first 2 of this company have nothing to do with money. I'll explain them. The third has to do with the amount of people we are going to transform. That's more business system related. The 4th one is also business system related, but downwardly. I'll explain. The 4th one is business system related downwardly. The first 2 are people related. The second 2 are business system related. I'm not telling you to do yours like this. I'm just telling you that I'm a chess player, and for whatever reason, everything has to make order and sense to me. And I said 2 laterally, 2 vertically. It's made sense. Essentially, I reversed the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments in Hebrew, actually, that's not the Christian Bible. That is Jewish culture. You just got it in your Christian Bible. But the 10 commandments is extremely Hebraic. That is Hebrew. The first 5 decalogues is what that is. 10 words go up towards their deity. The second 5 go laterally towards one another. Okay? Keep hitting this table. First 5 go up towards their deity. The second 5 go laterally towards one another. So basically, Ole says, "Thou shalt not have no other gods before me." All right. And then everything else is up, up, up. The second 5 would say, "Ole, please don't kill him. Please, and don't steal from him. And don't covet his possessions. And don't sleep with his wife either," right? All that stuff laterally. You get it? The second 5 is about the community. The first 5 all about going up. Makes sense. I inverse that. Here, the first 2, I didn't need 10. The first 2 are all about left to right. They're all about community. The second 2, all about the system, up and down. So let me give you a full explanation. So if you've been taking notes, if you want to recopy paste it and put explanation next to it, you will now. No one suffers alone means exactly what that means, and you'll never believe or you probably will believe where I got it from. Lakewood Church. It's as simple as that. It nearly everything of company culture that I got comes from Lakewood Church. It just is what it is. No one suffers alone. It means that only if I'm going to have impact or influence or work with you, I need to make sure when you suffer, I suffer too. That doesn't mean that I need to, if you get corona, I need to catch it too. It just means that if you get corona, I need to call you every day and check on you. You understand? I'm not saying, okay, man, give it to me. No, I ain't doing none of that. You can catch that on your own. I got my mask on. I got my mask on. But I do need to be in that fire with you. If it's raining in your life, my shoes should be wet. Is that fair? If it's raining in your life, my shoes should be wet. I should not have dry shoes while you're almost drowning. This is inappropriate. And the whole company is that way. And I'm glad that I'm not saying this. Nearly every class, someone confesses, man, I've been waiting for a group. Like, y'all don't even think of this as a company. It's a group of people, right? Or something like that. You confess it yourself. That's important. Number 2 is stay in the plane. This is simple. I also got this from Lakewood Church. It's just, I'm not even inventing this stuff, y'all. Okay? I'm not even inventing this stuff. I also got this from Lakewood Church. But this time I got it from a guy, one of Lakewood's workers. His name was Ashley John. I'm not going to remember his name right now. I just remember his wife's name was Ashley. I cannot remember why I cannot remember this guy's name. Nevertheless, he was telling us this is going to be a 40-week internship or one. It was 1 year. He says, y'all are not going to like this internship. He said, you steal it. I'm like you, Chris. I'm going to Lakewood to steal. I'm the Chris Holmes of Lakewood. Okay, I'm coming to steal. He says, this is going to be a year internship. And here's what y'all going to do. You're going to get tired of driving. And I'm sorry. Let me explain first, because you're missing part of the story. Every year, Lakewood picks 25 interns out of 25,000 applications, or 2,500. 2,500 to 25,000. And they're worldwide. And they're only in like 6 departments: media, women, men, child, audio, video, stuff like that. Child care, And the goal is to go in there, steal everything, and take it back to your church or your organization. That's the goal. That's the whole point. Which, another thing, is where I got that steal it from me from. Lakewood Church again. It's the third time. It's Lakewood Church again. Steal it, take it back to where you go. Now, the reason I brought up the amount of interns is because they're from Tanzania, Uruguay, Turkey. They're just selected from, how they're selected. They're selected. And now he's saying some of you are going to drive, but some of you are going to get homesick because you're in different countries for a whole year. You get this visa and all that stuff. And he says you're going to want to jump out and quit. He said the problem with quitting is this is a plane. You can't jump out of a plane at 30,000 feet, because the turbulence is going to rip your skin off. Now, he didn't say it that way, but that's the way I taught my team to say it to y'all. Okay, turbulence is violent wind attacking your vehicle on the pursuit to your destination. Violent wind attacking your vehicle on the pursuit to your destination. In this case, I don't know what your violent wind is. I do know ATS is your vehicle. And I do know your destination because you've taken a psychological profile to be here, so we know where you want to go. The violent winds I can't control, but they are coming. Because you can't fly without turbulence. Help me, somebody. You are not flying without turbulence. It doesn't work that way. Okay, Jerron, there you go. Do a motivational video on that, brother. You got it. I want to see it on Instagram today.
Got it.
You got it good. You cannot fly without turbulence. It is coming. I can't stop the turbulence in your life. And if you want to survive the turbulence, it's easy. Stay in the plane. No matter how mad you get, Gray said another topic. No matter how mad you get, no matter how slow you think I'm going, whatever it is, stay in the plane. Unless you know another plane taking you to your destination, stay in this plane, no matter what, because your bills will be violent turbulence against you. Please know that, especially if you're over 40. Those bills come even after death. They do. You die, family grieves, that same light company goes, somebody got to pay this. Like, even in death, they bring in the bills. If you 50, you're in a terrible part of life to where your parents start dying, your health starts slipping-ish, your kids.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Need more help than ever because now they're grown and they need, they need to come back home and wash their clothes. Or if you got a kid like me, they done fooled around and messed up with their girlfriend. Now, Dad, let me sleep on the couch for a few days till I get my act together. Because she took everything. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life right now, right? All that stuff. Don't fool me. Some of y'all was dumb in 22. Okay, you did it too. And all that good stuff. And then if you're a woman, you're going through menopause. And then it's just crazy. And then there's all this extra stuff happening because you just got older. Stay in the plane. I can't control your turbulence, but it's coming. And as a matter of fact, anybody listening, you already got it. You came to this call through turbulence, I can assure you. I can assure you, you came to this call through turbulence, or you go get off this call and walk into turbulence. But there is no way that you are escaped or immune from turbulence. Stay in the plane. Stay in the plane. Don't suffer alone. Don't stay in that plane suffering alone. And then don't jump out the freaking plane. Believe me. So, and whenever y'all see us talking, if you see Shannon and Tip is on at the same time, Shannon's going to get her doctorates. We literally gave Shannon off 4 years with accumulation pay so she can go get her doctorates. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Like, she has no active role and she tried, and I said, if you come over here and you mess up your doctorates because I told you to do something, I'm not going to be able to live with that. Because that's her dream. Right. And I'm so glad she went and got her doctor's, Jerry. Because she taught me I didn't want to go get mine because she's struggling. Let me tell you. And I don't need to go test it out for myself. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, it's called deferred compensation.
Yeah, deferred compensation. And there's another, let's just call it a package being developed right now for somebody else. You don't need to know who. His son name start with an I though, but don't worry about all that though. You don't need to know who though. You don't need to know who. Okay, you don't need to know who. He caught it, and his friends caught it. All right, you don't need to know who. Nah. Anyway, stay in the plane. You understand? Stay in the plane. The next two, they are business related, business system related. Now that I took care of the people, I got to take care of the system. So it's simple. Create 100,000 millionaires. That's pretty much how we're going to do this. That makes us go to a standard this high, whatever that looks like. Automation, getting Satish to do more automation. Our first meeting this morning was at 5 in the morning because it was, what's that, 4:30 or 3:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the afternoon for you, Satish? Yeah. Yeah, 3:30 in the afternoon. So 3:30 in the afternoon for him, 5 in the morning for us. I didn't even brush my teeth yet. I was talking without even brushing my teeth. Every time I said a word, my teeth ducked because my breath was so bad. It was just, my teeth just literally ducked out the way because my breath was so bad. It was just that bad.
Well, we're glad they haven't developed smell-o-vision.
Very glad. Very, very glad. I mean, my breath was so potent, my teeth was moving out the way every time I talked. Every single time. But that's part of that create 100,000 millionaires. You got to go that way. The fourth one, and that's pretty simply explained. The fourth one is different. If creating 100,000 millionaires is this standard, the fourth one takes us off the roof. Because how do we make Cheryl? In fact, I used an example this morning. Satish, I'm gonna need you and Deanna. I'm gonna need you to come back, and Deanna, I'm gonna need you to talk so you can get it. How do I make Cheryl, who has an audience of 30, and she makes quilts, and she has 30 people on her Facebook page, and 2 of those buy her quilts, how do I make her a millionaire? How do I pull that off? Satish, I brought up an example about some turtles. Do y'all remember this morning? Because we fought a major battle this morning for y'all in this fourth thing I'm talking about. It was a major battle, and I wasn't moving. And it was kind, but I wasn't moving because I wanted what I wanted done, and we had to explain it. Go ahead, Satish and Deanna. Y'all can take turns. What you got out of it, or tell me about the turtles and what I'm trying to accomplish, and it'll make sense here.
Okay, I can go. I don't remember the turtles, but I do remember you saying actively listening to somebody and what they're saying and not invalidating them.
Right. So I'm trying to do this I'm trying to take care of law, but I've got to make sure I take care of the programmers, because it doesn't make sense to program what I want and it's stupid. Because you got to face that. You ever had a client say, "Hey, I want you to do this. I'm looking for the best." And you go, "Yeah, I'm Jerry. I am the best." Good. I know. That's why I got you. And then as soon as you talk to them, Jerry, they say, "Do it this way." Now, wait a minute now. Now, you looking for a leader or a manager? Because you asked me to do it. And now you telling me how to do it, and you don't know how to do it. So you're bringing my product down here, stuff like that. So obviously we didn't want to do that. Satish, what did you get out of it? There's anything. There's anything.
Yes, sir. The way software programmer or developer talks, that language is completely different than the way your vision speaks. So how do you get them understand your vision and put it into program?
It took an hour and 45 minutes. It did. We didn't get out to 6:45. It took an hour and 45 minutes. And it had nothing to do with conflict. It was just, well, wait a minute, it was just tension, but not tension between the people, tension between the languages and understanding. And I'm like, well, there's your genius. Got it. Here's my genius. Let me tell you what we did.
Antonio, really quick.
Yes, sir.
The second step in the organizational health, it's not avoiding conflict, it's mastering conflict.
Boom. And that is what happened today. I wish I was able to say it the way he said it. That's what happened today. That's master, because I actually taught Deanna and Deanna and Satish right after that about what I was doing. It was master conflict. For me, I just go head on conflict. I just don't avoid it. I don't go head on aggressively, unless I need to be aggressive, but there was nothing aggressive about this. But I had to listen to see, why is this such a big deal? And it was simple. They're making the website user-friendly. And the goal of an engineer, and Satish pointed this out, is to make sure it's user-friendly. The website should be so fantastic that it doesn't need instructions. The software should be so fantastic it doesn't need instructions, user-friendly. It seemed as if what I was saying was going to mess up the user-friendly. So how do you convert these two together? This is the battle we did. If Creating 100,000 Millionaires is here to say Cheryl that has an audience of 30 or Lisa that has an audience of 30 can become a top income earner way off screen, we got to do things differently. I just taught Steve and Jerry and Deanna, and Deanna just taught, and Kiara for 17 days in a row almost, or 21 days in a row, how to sell online properly when a 90-day challenge. Steve, you gonna get it. You're gonna get it. But what if I could develop a system where you didn't even have to do that? Right? Like, what if you just knew it, and then when you just put out a link, oh, it does it for me. What if I could automate everything we've been teaching y'all for the last 20 days? Well, that's what we did today. So even though I'm going to teach you, yeah, thank you, Phil. Even though I'm going to teach you how to do it, when you're dealing with Ricasa, you don't have to do it. You do not have to do it. You don't have to understand none of that stuff. And that's what the tension was about, the mastering the conflict was about. Today, how do I automate Antonio and have Antonio sell Ricasa for you, and you don't have to do anything? And how do I get Antonio and Deanna to do a tandem selling, and it's all there? And it's not as easy as just putting it on the site. And it's not as easy as just putting it on the site, because now if I put it, because that's a long page. That page gets scrolled 12, 13 times. And the engineers are like, oh my God, no, that's not how people sign up. And they're right. They sign up above the fold. And how do you put those together? Sparing you the details of all that, we put it together. Problem solved. 3 days ago, I created the problem when I told them, stop, I need y'all to do this. I knew I was going to do it. I knew I was going to say stop. And we shot videos. I had Deanna do a 10-minute and 32-second video just to send to them. Deanna, how many hours did it take you to do that 10-minute and 32-second video?
Oh, man, it took us like 6 hours.
We didn't leave the office until midnight 2 days ago.
Man.
We didn't. We didn't leave the office at midnight 2 days ago, and Deanna was so mad at me. So mad. So mad. And I kept saying, quit politely telling me to shut the F up. Because she kept saying it politely. I know, I get it. That's politely telling me to shut the F up. Okay, you stop it. I don't want to hear I get it and all that stuff. You stop doing it. Just stop doing it. She was so mad. Oh, this. It goes this way. And I said, now you teach. If you just tell me, no. Go ahead.
Okay, so I learned a very important lesson as well that I want to share with those who think like me. If you put stuff together in your head really fast, still be quiet.
Yes.
That was the
invalidate people.
Exactly.
People.
That was the problem the entire time, and that's what actually happened this morning. That's what happened this morning too. That's exactly what happened this morning too. Well, I was actually wrong this morning, but
well, yeah, but that's okay. She was never wrong, and I'm playing the dumb role. I'm saying, well, let me ask this. I was by this time, Jay, I'm cussing. I'm cussing by this time. I am. I'm saying, can I ask my dumb ass questions, please? Can I please ask? And Grace laughing behind me, everybody. And every time I ask the dumb question, Grace, can you unmute Grace? I know you're driving. I wanted to see y'all so. Every single time Yeah, can you say something, Grace?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Every time I ask my dumb question, how many times did we fix a problem?
Every single time.
How many times every single time?
Was it like 5, 6, 7?
I think it's 6 or 7. Okay, thank you very much, Grace. You go back on mute. Here's Deanna, fix her stuff in her head. And I said, okay, you fixed it, let's see. And I would ask my dumb question, and I'm repeating the same question, and so now she feel like I'm insulting her intelligence. You understand? Because I'm asking to say, because folks don't like when you repeat stuff to them. They don't like repeating themselves, Jerry, especially black folk. Black folk, that's like a taboo thing. I said, Jerry knows. I don't know why that's so big in the black community, but we do not like repeating ourselves. We don't like that at all. So now I'm upset. She's upset. And I said, well, can I just repeat the dumbass question? I do it again, and she would solve another problem. And 6 to 7 different times, I kept doing it, and she solved another problem. She solved another problem. So we can send you, Satish, a perfect 10-minute and 32-second video. And we in there fighting. Boom, boom. And I don't care about you because I know how to take some hits. Don't bother me because I'm just trying to win. And all that, look at her. Y'all look at her turning red. Look at her. She got it covering the mouth, turning red. I hope your ears is burning. Nah, I hope your ears is burning. Y'all look at her camera. All that. Oh, go ahead.
Because in the every time you ask your question in my head, and I answered it in my head, I'm like, but I knew that if you would just let me do it.
And so I had to keep telling this not about you, Deanna. This board has to be right. And Grace can't hear what's in your head, so you got to say it out loud. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, if you remember, the first behavior of every good team is building trust. And that's, you got to be vulnerable to build trust. You got to be authentic to build trust. The second is master conflict and encourage it and honor it. The third is what you exactly are talking about now. It's called achieving commitment. And how do you achieve a commitment? You let everybody be heard. And that's what we're talking about here. Deanna was so insightful that she knew what she needed to do pretty quickly. But to achieve commitment from your team, you've got to let the other people be heard. And you don't stifle them talking about, even though you think you know the answer, they got to be heard. And that's how you achieve commitment.
It's Satish, why did I just clap when Phil just said that? Tell him, because I told him he's unusually tapped in. Didn't I say that?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
him what just happened. What I just taught you in the, yeah.
Yes, whatever Phil said, he actually summarized what happened.
That was an hour ago. An hour ago. You gotta let people be heard, even if you know you right. And I was teaching it, like Phil must have meditated with grape juice this morning or something. I'm not sure what he did. Whatever he did, keep doing it.
Phil might be hacking the system, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. He is literally in our conversations. There's no doubt about it.
If any hacking's going on, it's Susan that's doing it. It's not me.
Now, so the fourth vision, Kiara, is how do I get Kiara in Delaware to get as much or as many customers as possible as if she lived in San Francisco with the population? How do I do that? That's what my turtle example was. How do I get the lady from the small city with a 300 turtle following because she paints turtle shells, and it's the only thing that she does, and for some reason she's popular with just 300 people. How do I get her to make $1 million or whatever she wants to make, and she's 300 people famous for turtles, and she lives in a small city? Because I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this, and I'm going to tell you why this meeting starts this way and how it would determine or how it's setting up the rest of the week. Because I studied how Instagram started off. You know, what Instagram did is they picked Jerry. They picked Phil. They went and they got, Shaker, all these influential people. And they blew up and literally created what's called today influencers. That's what happened. And then they grew up so fast, not profitable, and they realized, holy smokes, we left Jerron out. Yeah, you did, because you were focused on celebrities. Of course you left out Jerron. It was never your focus. Your focus was growth. It wasn't value to Carol. That's why they had to sell. It's why it was between Twitter or Facebook. They would have probably fixed it and lasted because they were so nichey and so unique and so powerful, but they wasn't profitable. They didn't become profitable until Facebook bought them for $1 billion. And then once they went back to business, they still didn't make a profit after being bought for $1 billion. Why? Because the little person never had the opportunity to rise in Instagram. Now, that changed because they started making people a bunch of Instagram famous. And regular people would have these brands, which is beautiful because it changed the world. Instagram changed the world forever. Their story, even though I'm highlighting the bad part, their story is actually 99% good. But I thought about that, and I said, I wonder how can I avoid that mistake here? And it's simple. I avoid that mistake here by making sure that Teresa, with her following of 2, can reach as many people and make as much money as Jerron, who's doing motivational videos every day. How can I take the Steve who doesn't know how to produce content, save his life, use my content to save his legacy? Boy, I be talking. How do I get that to happen? So that's where number 4 comes in. And that's the vision. Let me repeat. Number 1 is no one suffers alone. 2, stay in the plane. 3, create 100,000 millionaires. 4, make sure Teresa can become Bon Jovi, the whole group. Do that. AC/DC. Whatever. I don't know any Indian group, sorry. But you get the point. All that stuff. What's that guy you made us watch? Teach that a great movie that you said the guy act like me. I like him.
Mahesh.
Okay.
2 movies, yeah. Maharshi.
So y'all got it. Whatever he said. Share it. Deanna, pull it up. Give Deanna I want Shaker and Mayuri to see that I'm trying to turn. There it is. He types it to me. I want to turn the most unfamous, the most unfamous person. That's it right here. God dog it. Boy, I don't know if I want to put up the picture. You know what? I'm going to watch this again today. This damn movie was really good. This movie was fantastic. Right here. I'm talking to the Indians right now. They probably see this. Where's Shaker? I want to see his face. Where he at? All right, there you go. All right. I want to turn the least of Indians into this guy. Y'all get what I'm saying? And I want to do that through software that you don't have to learn. You just use your thumb. And don't tell me I can't do it, because this came up in another meeting. I got you, Carol. Hold on. Don't freaking tell me I can't do it, because the first time people talked to me, they doubted me. And I'd already passed them up and proved them wrong. Satish was with me. We were in a different state. Don't tell me I can't do it, because I've already proved them wrong. Actually, tell me I can't do it so I can prove you wrong, because that's actually fire to me. Okay, that's actually motivation for me. Satish, did we not sit in the room? Tell them, did they get it?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Now, the people that was in the room, did they say, "Oh yeah, Antonio, we believe in you. Let's go," or did they walk out and have meetings about how I was crazy?
They did.
You can't answer that question. Don't answer it.
If you can remove these daily meetings from your freshman courses, yes, I can speak.
So I said, no, I'm going to do it anyway. Do you understand? It's a teacher too funny. I'm going to do it anyway. And of course, we did it anyway. Go ahead, Carol. Hello, you got yourself muted.
Are you guys going to then create plugin templates?
Plugin templates are coming soon, but they'll be for a different reason. That is a great idea. That's a great idea. The problem, well, it's not a problem. Plugin templates have no problem. They're going to work fantastically. How do you write the sales script properly? How do you post? Because the template is going to work great. But once it's time to write what you need to say, how do you know what you need to say? Right? Or what I drew on the board yesterday, how do you know how to take me from this revelation to inspiration and to payation? That's not a word, but you know what I'm saying? The money part. That is what we're doing. Basically what we're doing, fantastic question, because the templates work. But can I make you great without you having to have a living room meeting? Without you having to say, hey, can you call? Oh, I got this thing. Oh, wait, I'm going to call Phil on three-way. But how can I let you do this without that happening? You get what I'm saying? Say it again. You like super low.
Video, doing a video to explain what to do, what the process is for you, for your specific niche.
Absolutely. And that's definitely there. That's definitely there. So essentially, what me and Deanna created was worst thing to do to me. Chris says the worst thing to do to you. Yeah. So Chris is like, okay, I'm listening to you. Oh, let me get on through that. Oh, that's all right, man. I'm not going to do that. That's why I say we're doing it. Yeah, all my meetings are interconnected because my brain is interconnected. So when I told y'all yesterday, doing a new thing to old thing, you should have just expected that today would be about making everything easy. Everything I do is connected. I don't know how to unconnect this thing up here because strategic thinking is number 2 on my test. I don't know what to do. It's just there. It happens. That being said, let me tell you why I told y'all this here today. Because it means we got to make it easier. It means 2 things. The easiest part is some of y'all got to get uncomfortable. That's actually the easiest part. Because all of you going to be like, okay, I'll do it. Until I actually say, okay, Carol, let's get uncomfortable. Now, wait a minute. Now, I didn't know you were talking about me. That's how we had Deanna wants, hey, everybody, we're all going to get uncomfortable. Work for everybody. Yay. Okay, start off with you, Satish. Wait. I thought you meant them because, I like it the way it works in my office. That's how it happens, right? It only happens that way all the time. That's why I'm giving you the vision. So tomorrow, if I start correcting you, I'm going to say the vision says we create 100,000 millionaires. But we make sure that the worst salesperson is a top income earner. Pay attention, because there's a punchline coming. Or if you go, I'm upset. I know. You should be. You should be. But I'm really upset. You should. No, you should. Tell me why. Just leave me alone. I can't because I don't want you to suffer alone. So I'm going to just sit here and be quiet until you tell me I can talk. Okay. I'm going to just sit here until you tell me. I quit. No, I quit too. How you quitting? Well, I'm just quit while still working because I got to stay in the play. I'm going to quit while still working. So I just stay in the play. You understand? Like, no matter what, if you see me behave a way, it's because the vision said, and there's only one way to properly correct people, Jerome. Everybody write this down because they lied to you. Constructive criticism is a bunch of BS. That's Antonio words. That's not Joel Osteen words. He wouldn't say it that way. He would find some way, to say it way better than I did. He's more polished than me. Constructive criticism is a bunch of BS. You're not allowed to give nobody constructive criticism, as far as I'm concerned, until you know them for 12 years. So if you don't know them for 12 years, keep your mouth shut. Constructive criticism is a facade for you to correct people and make them fit your reality of them. That's BS. Constructive criticism is garbage, and deep down, we all know I'm right. That's garbage. No constructive criticism. Get that crap out of here, okay? What is proper is, Jerry says, Antonio, got you, brother. Hey, the vision said we were doing this. I'm fully with you, not against you. Do you think that decision would do that on a large scale? And I say, Jerry, well, hell, you got a point. Maybe I should add this. And Jerry goes, yep, I thought you'd add that too. And right there, Jerry has corrected me, and I can't say nothing because the vision says, and not even the CEO is above the vision. And that's a bold statement, especially to put it on a recording. You understand? So when I say, and I'm going to say very soon, why was this graphic not out about the Human Consultant Show a week ago? I'm going to say that. It's because the vision was, so please know, that is coming. That is so coming. That is absolutely coming. That's why I canceled Let's Talk Tuesday for the next 90 days. Because some of the stuff we're doing, we're going to promote better. Aha. And you're not going to say, well, that's uncomfortable. I get it. But the vision says, all right, no one suffers alone. So, Jerome, why didn't you invite anybody to hear Carol speak? Oh, man, I was busy. Man, I know. That's cold. But she suffered, right? Well, she didn't tell me. I just, she thought it was going to be more than 3 people there. I got a good point. Ooh, y'all gonna hate me in a little bit. That's good though. You're gonna hate me to the bank. As long as you hate me to the bank, I'll be your friend, right? You can still let me be your friend if you hate me to the bank. But we have to. We have to gently correct ourselves towards the vision. That's why I said all this. Because please know that in order to make things easier, there's gonna be some vision steering. That's what we do. If this ain't never been a lesson in leadership, I don't know what is. Because I can't say, Carol, you should have did it this way. That's my opinion. Carol, the vision is create 100,000 millionaires. Does this fit that? Which leads me to my last point. Hear me well. Satish, this is most certainly for you because you got all these ideas. Deanna knows she can do it. Phil knows he can do it. Susan knows he can do it. This most certainly applies to you, Satish, because you don't know you can do it, but you do it anyway, but you do it with caution because you're trying not to upset me, and I get it. Everybody listen. If you got a good idea, go ahead. I'm not going to say no. Everybody do that. I ain't got time to be saying no to your good ideas. See if it works. Just make sure it fits 100,000 millionaires. or make sure that vision fits, making the worst salesperson top income earner. I want to interview this person. That's fine. Is it going to help us get to 100,000 millionaires or make you the worst salesperson? I don't care what y'all say. As long as it fits that high standard. And if it doesn't, don't worry. All you got to do is tweak your idea till it jumps up to those last visions 3 and 4. That's it. That's a blessing. You know why that's a blessing? Because you know I'm automatically say yes to your idea and stand by your mistakes and do whatever as long as it fits the vision. That's all pressure off of you. So the only pressure is going to be Grace, because Grace, that's why Grace don't come to me with ideas, because she know I'm going to say, congratulations, Grace, on your promotion. She know I'm going to do that every time. That is a good idea. You running it now. She do that every time. She know it. So that's it, y'all. I want to draw it out. I'm telling you what it is. It's simple. That's the vision. Hopefully, just hard-headed. Hopefully, as Grace just said, facts. Hopefully you catch it. Hopefully you wrote it down. So when I say, no, Steve, that was right. That was good. Or when you teach a class and I say, that's too simple. I don't want it to change. Well, does it match 100,000 millionaires? If it doesn't, then you got to change. Just like that. So get ready, because tomorrow is all about that. I spent today telling you I'm the nice guy talking about the vision. Don't get mad. And tomorrow I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to just say, we're doing this from now on. Just say. And if I do something and tomorrow we ain't doing no more, please don't say he changed his mind. Nope. I'm going to say, I looked at the evidence. It didn't work. To the 100,000 things, get rid of that crap as fast as possible. That's what I'm going to say. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plan better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. I sure hope you learned something. Love you more. Appreciate you. All right, let's go shopping for some food or something. All right, everybody.